As you see, she's pretty bright and alert. Now that she has the EPM under control and stomach issues under control, she's turning in to be a little bit more hoarse. She's feeling better. She's not really trying to be bad. It's just that she's feeling better, and things that she would not have done when she was feeling bad, now she's doing a few of those things. None of it's really bad, but I got to work just a little bit to get her attention on me. I do have my low port leverage bit on her. I have that bit so that I can help her get her body more correct to continue to help her build her end up. It's still, let's turn the steer over here. It's still smaller, it's still weaker than the front end. So she still needs continued help lifting her middle. There's a bunch of Canada geese across the street that she's here a little about. But the back end is still weaker than the front end. And this bit will help her to break at the pole, around her shoulders as she's starting to get it a little bit when she's not worried about the Canada geese across the street. It will help her get in position to use her body better and to build up those areas that end and to lift. I think she has, for years, she has been very front end heavy, pulling herself forward with her front end and not using her back end very good. So by asking her to change how she's using her body, it's hard. It's hard for her. It feels weird. It's like you being right-handed and learning how to be left-handed. But it's going to be really crucial for her going forward. Horses really heavy on their front end, doesn't use their back end correctly. It hollows their back out. It causes back soreness, and it can cause all kind of issues. It can cause some front feet issues because they're not carrying their weight very well. Trying to steer with my right hand and pull around to the left. I'm not going to give in. So very often I'll see people steer with one hand or the other, left hand or matter, and you steer with one hand and the horse pulls against you. The horse resists that steering. So what the person does is they'll decide, okay, if you don't want to go right, we'll go left. And it sounds simple, it sounds innocent at the time, but then what happens is giving in to that little bit of a, okay, we'll do it your way, for some horses can be pretty serious. It can cause some pretty serious issues. So right then, I was asking her to steer right. She wanted to go left. I didn't really build my pressure much, but I didn't let her go left either. We went right, and concrete truck passing. We went right, and now here I'm walking a few circles, just saying, hey, soften to my right hand, which she's doing. Soften to my right hand, and what this is doing, it is softening her to my right hand, but you also see her breaking at the pole. She's back in a little better, and that resistance that I got by asking her to steer to the right, that is connected to the same resistance of her wanting to hollow her back and not use her back end good. So by asking her to soften to the right, I'm helping the steering to the right, but I'm also helping all the rest of the body balance issues. Doing that out here outside the arena. We're not far, I just got on her in the arena. Doing that out here, she gets to see something a little bit different. Outside the confinement of the arena, there's other stuff to look at, other stuff her to distract her. And make sure that she'll still do what I ask her to do. Right there, she kind of resisted the right rein again, but with less effort on my part, she went on and gave in and steered the right. That is one thing that I see a lot of people do. They go to steer a direction, let's say right. They meet resistance. The horse doesn't want to go that way for whatever reason. And then they give in and say, okay, we'll steer left. Really, really bad thing to do. That is just the first piece of other issues going bad. Now see right there. Step up there. There, up there. What was I saying? Right here, she's staying soft to the right. Let's walk a few left circles and see what happens. This is where these circles are so important. I'll do a few the first when I first get on. See around right there, she softened to the left right away. She has more resistance on her right side than she does the left side. That could be for several reasons. She could be just unbalanced that way. But one of the ways that I see that is created by a rider who's very right hand dominant, balancing on that rein when they're riding, and they're balancing on that rein, so the horse starts to kind of lean against that rein and balance back. If the rider is pulling on that rein, then the horse kind of balances against that pressure. And that's one way that particular resistance is created. I have no idea if that's how it was created with her. She could just be stiffer on that side. But if you have a horse that gives you more trouble one way, it does the other way, that's something to kind of take a look at to see maybe if you are hanging on one rein. Normally a right-handed person will hang on the right rein, left-handed person will hang on the left rein, because that's where your confidence and your strength is. So just by asking her to just kind of soften to that right rein, walk these few circles around this tree, helps her in a lot of ways. I do a lot of this kind of training out all over. We'll go walk someplace, ride a little bit. I get an issue, we'll work on it there, go ride somewhere else, work on it there. And you don't see much of that because I can't really. There, she got stiff to the left. I'm still going to ask her to go to the right. There you go. Because I don't know where those things are going to happen. I don't know where the horse is going to show me the resistance, so I don't know where to set the camera up. We're going to work wherever the horse gives me the issue. That's where we're going to work. I'm using a little bit of leg to guide her around. I'm not using a whole bunch. Just a little bit of touches here and there. Bring the shoulders over to the right a little bit. Let's go over here and then we'll do a circle to the left. And let's stop. Good girl. So there's a little bit about Grace, where she is for this week. I don't think she's going to be here much longer, probably another couple of weeks. I expect she'll be going home, and her owner is going to be coming in and spending a little bit of time with me so that she can see what I'm doing with her and how to continue on with her. So this is Grace. There'll be a link to her playlist somewhere here on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching.